In this video, I want to talk about when you're selecting your niche or your possible shirt, you want to be able to expand that niche or the idea of the shirt, I should say, to basically multiple niches. So you want to kind of like find a shirt concept that can be adapted to anything. And then the idea is you can just spread it out. Now, I've done this with, when all those people were doing those, like the name shirts, I'm I'm awesome because I'm a Phil, or I'm a Wilson, or whatever it is. Or more specific, the famous ones that was going around for a while was it's an Ashley thing. You wouldn't understand. In fact, I'm one of the guys that tested it out. I did a whole bunch of name campaigns for over, I think it was like 20 or 30 names all at once. And I did it all at once, put them all up on Facebook. And that's what you want to do. You want to be doing really, you want to be thinking of your designs and expanding it out in bulk. And I just watched a video here that got me inspired to make this video from Damian Cassidy's. He's a guy that does like $100,000 a month on Teespring. The guy is awesome at what he does. So I don't want to take all credit, although I have done this method before on my own, before I even watched his video. But I just want to give credit where credit's due, right? So I just watched his tutorial there, and it was really good. Anyhow, basically what he was saying and what I'm saying is, let's say, for example, you search for in a shirt niche. In fact, this is the example he gives. So type in like funny fishing shirts, or cool fishing shirts, or awesome, best, I love this shirt, whatever. It's just something to get going here, and start looking at the shirts, and you can find something like this right here. I'd rather be fishing. Well, you can apply that to anything. I'd rather be camping. I'd rather be hiking. I'd rather be motorbiking. I'd rather be snowmobiling. I'd rather be flying. I'd rather be nursing. I'd rather be a mom. Like, you can go on and on and on. And when you need to find niches, in the previous video there, I suggested going over to Facebook and then just typing in interests at the top. And now you got everything here. So I'd rather be taking photos. I'd rather be shooting. I'd rather play with cars. I'd rather ride my bike. I'd rather play hockey. I'd rather make cartoons. I'd rather watch movies. You name it. Like, it's all here. So the idea is you want to find a shirt that you can sort of, like transcend through a bunch of different niches. And you just got to keep looking and find, this is my fishing shirt. This is my hiking shirt. This is my bodybuilding shirt. I don't know. Like, that might not be a good one, but the idea is just to kind of apply it to all the niches, right? Another thing too is, like I showed before, just go to TView or Teespring, like I showed in the other videos, and just look at the top selling ones, and just try to find one that you can sort of just expand out to multiple niches. One that hasn't been like totally killed yet, The best way to do this is, what I'm doing here, I went to TView and searched by best-selling numbers. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is either use, go over to Teescover, and you can see that the top ones are like the world's best cat dad. Maybe this could be applied to other things. Nothing's coming to mind off the top of my head, sorry. But you can go through here and see what's already selling, and just something that could be expanded out. Keep calm and let the medical coder handle it. Like, this has been done, like keep calm stuff has been done like crazy. So that's one way. Another way I love doing it is if you just bring up T-Inspector here and go into the search analyzer, go to TView. Let's clear this out. And what I want to do is I want to look at all of the latest shirts that showed up in TView that have minimum of, say, 20 sales, and they're only active. I go through the first, say, 100 and 200 pages. And so what this is telling me, these are the shirts that just showed up on TView, and these are the ones that are actually getting sales that just showed up. So then here I can quickly check out these ones. Can't keep calm. They killed Fritz. I have no idea what Fritz is all about. Some sort of wizard? I don't know. That doesn't look like it's promising. Rolo shirt. Good girls go to heaven, bad girls go to Valhalla with Rolo. I don't know what that means. I have to do some research to figure that out. But this reminds me of good girls go to heaven, bad girls go play with Jax. Jax is that famous actor off of the Sons of Anarchy show. So this is sort of a spin-off of that. It's just another idea that this could be applied to movies and different niches and whatnot. But that's the idea in... Where'd my software go? There it is. Just want to keep looking here. I look for ones that get good sales. Like, what's this one? Auto router. Never trust the auto router. That seems to be an electrical engineering thing. I'm actually an electrical engineer, so that's why I know. Auto router is something used to create circuit boards. Router sort of thing. And yeah, PCB layout. That's what that is. It's a real pain in the butt, actually. Being an engineer, you go out and route out a whole design, and all of a sudden one little thing doesn't work, and the whole circuit doesn't work. It's a nightmare. That's why the guy's making sales, because it's true. It's a nightmare. They never trust the auto router. You always have to manually do it. So you do the auto router thing, and then you have to go in and physically connect these connections and fix everything up. Listen to me going engineering on you, eh? All right, let's try something else here. Rusty. Just fight it. I don't know. I'm thinking Rusty is from Rusty the Clown from Simpsons or whatever. I don't know. I don't watch Simpsons that much. That's that fishing one. So that's the idea. You can use T-Inspector really fast to do that. Let's abort that. Another thing we can do as well is just use the Google button I got here. This goes out to Google and grabs all the latest Teespring shirts that showed up in Google in the last 24 hours. I'm not sure why it's not working here. The reason it wasn't working is because I was actually running the software for my development platform. The stuff that I used to create the software, and it just was in the middle of something there. But let's go ahead and try it again here. So what this is doing is just going to Google and gathering all the latest t-shirts that just showed up in Google from Teespring. And there's the auto router one right there. And I'll usually wait and see when it actually gets sales. So I think we just saw this one. Oh no. Love my baseball family. That's cool. Looks like it's from some... it looks like someone's got their shirts on a website, which is really smart. And once you find a really good popular niche, that's a really good thing to do. Go out and get a web domain, throw up a WordPress blog, and just create some quick shirts or quick site and put your shirts on here and just have it all point back to Teespring. I've seen a lot of people do that. Let's see if we find anything here. Nothing's sort of popping out at me, but you get the idea. The idea is you want to see what's working right now, and then if you see what's working right now, so these shirts have just been released and they're starting to make sales. If you find one that's you can multiply into different in a whole bunch of different niches, well, that's what you want to do, unless that person is actually doing it as well. But there's been a couple times when I come out with a new shirt design, I throw it up on Teespring, and it works really well. And I'm like, man, I should scale this out to a whole bunch of different teams. Let me show you the one I'm talking about. Now this one here, this girl loves the Broncos. I was the first one to invent this. You've probably seen a ton of this style where you got this fancy text here and you got the girl loves something underneath. I invented that, and I'll show you where it originated from. It was from this. I found this, and before that was happening, all the ugly ones were the ones that were being posted. Let me see if I can find an ugly one. Doesn't look like I got it anywhere here. No, doesn't look like I do. Anyhow, the ugly ones are just like where the people have the the two thumbs pointing at their own breasts. Yeah, it's funny. I've seen comments in people's Facebook pages saying women hate that. They don't want two big hands pointing at their breasts, but they bought it because that was the only design that was out there until I came along and changed the game. I saw this. This shirt wasn't getting any sales at all, but I thought, man, it looks really like attractive, and so I found this font myself and all that font, and then I came up with this design. I bought this horse from graphicriver.net. I didn't design that. It came exactly like that. I literally popped it in there and I just added the font. This is such an easy design. It's ridiculous. I sold hundreds of these, hundreds, and made thousands of dollars. I mean, maybe not thousands. How many? Maybe like $3,000-4,000 profit, I guess. Something like that. So I guess it was thousands. But at the time I created this, I was like, I wonder, I should, do this with all the other teams. And all of a sudden someone came along and boom, did all the teams before I did. I was like, oh, darn. I probably lost out on about 10 grand there. And then one day, and I thought, whoa, wait a minute. I could subniche this. I could do this nurse loves the Broncos. And yes, I was the very first person that I know of that did that. And I will show you my design here. Just off to the side here if I can find it. This was my original, and I created this, and immediately after I created this, someone did This Nurse Loves Everything. You name it, all the football teams, NHL, all sorts of stuff, and they just cleaned up. I was so jealous. I'm like, man, you just got to smack yourself in the face and think, why didn't I do that, right? And I knew I should have done that, but I just didn't. The reason is because I just don't, I did Teespring as a side project. Honestly, my passion is designing software. I love designing software. So that's what I'm usually doing, designing software, do some graphics, or doing a website. And I sort of did this on the side, and I was like, man, I should be scaling this out to all the different teams. Sure enough, someone came in and basically took all my money. And that's just a smack in my face because I deserved it. I just didn't go out and do it. And I did apply this to another shirt that did well, as this one here. The Nurse Loves Cardinals, and you can expand this out to this Teacher Loves Cardinals as well. But that was just an idea so when you first come up with your idea here, and you find a shirt that was just released and it's making sales, you have to jump on it and make all those designs right away and pump them all out in one single campaign, where each shirt is its own ad set within Facebook. Of course, I'll talk about that when you get to the Facebook module of this course. Well, I think that's all I wanted to show in this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.